It is a neighbourhood still haunted by the events of 3 days in August 1971. 10 civilians were killed when members of the Parachute Regiment opened fire in Ballymurphy. The dead included a Catholic priest, 2 teenagers and a mother of 8 children.
The last words my mummy said was, "The army wouldn't shoot you, the army wouldn't hurt you," so she felt she was safe.
The victims' families say no one should be above the law.
She had bright red hair, she had a coat, sandals, a dress on. They could see very easily that she was a woman. And not only that, they fired at her, but the first shot was aimed straight at her face. Now, to me, that's personal.
Belfast was in uproar, the detention of IRA suspects without trial causing serious unrest. The army reported a gun battle in Ballymurphy, but none of the victims there was armed.
That's where Mrs. Connolly was going when she was shot, to help this young man crying out. The soldier walked over to him, the army officer, and executed him. He had a bullet behind each ear.
John's dad was shot 14 times. He's still campaigning for justice.
I thought I was a hardened campaigner until the evidence started coming out in court in detail. Post-mortem, things like that, right? And it was really hard for all of us to sit through that there, really hard.
5 months later, the Parachute Regiment shot 14 people dead on Bloody Sunday in Londonderry. The battalion on duty in Derry had come from Ballymurphy. Had these shootings been properly investigated at the time, Bloody Sunday may not have happened 5 months later. In other words, what happened here set in motion a train of events that would come to be known as the Northern Ireland Troubles. The inquest findings are due on the very day the government's expected to confirm a halt to historical prosecutions. Author Brian Rowan has written extensively on how Northern Ireland might address its troubled past.
I think the only way out of this is an amnesty. That's the only way to truth or more information. It's the word we will not speak. It's too poisonous. But if we don't go there, then we aren't going to have a legacy process or a truth process. And with the wars over, we're going to spend the next 30 years fighting the peace.
It's not that they don't want to move on here, it's that their loved ones were never given that opportunity. David Blevins, Sky News, in Ballymurphy.